a story from our Spark Story Bible about what is happening in the life of Jesus after he died. I know that sounds kind of weird. Life after death, huh? Well, I have a Spark Story Bible. It is going to start on page 488. Right down there in the corner. And so I'm going to read this story and kind of talk a little bit about it with you afterwards, okay? Excuse me. 3 days after Jesus died, Cleopas and his friend were slowly walking down the road to Emmaus. They were walking slowly because they felt very sad. Why did Jesus have to die, they wondered. After a while, a stranger began to walk along with them. The stranger was actually Jesus, but Cleopas and his friend didn't know it. What are you talking about? The stranger asked. The men looked at each other. Are you the only person in town who doesn't know he was the one God promised would save the world? But instead, he died on a cross. We took Jesus' body down and helped put him in the tomb. We told our friends, Jesus is alive, but stop being silly, the stranger said. How many times do you need to hear this? There's a picture. There's the men talking, and way back here is Jesus, who is just a... Cleopas invited the stranger to stay for dinner. During dinner, the stranger picked up a loaf of bread, broke it, and blessed it, and gave each man a piece. All of a sudden, Cleopas and his friend recognized the stranger. It was Jesus. But then Jesus suddenly disappeared. Cleopas and his friend jumped up, ran from the room, and went to tell the rest of Jesus' disciples that Jesus was really still alive. God had kept another promise. So I want to tell you a little bit about this. So in the Bible, in the book of Luke, it says that, I believe it's in the book of Luke, I'm pretty sure, says that Emmaus is about 7 miles from Jerusalem. We don't know exactly where Emmaus is or what Emmaus is, but actually translated, the word Emmaus means a well. So they could have just been going to Mary Magdalene, who was a very good friend of Jesus, and Joanna, and some other women who had gone to the tomb 3 days after he died. That would have been on Easter Sunday, to rub his body with special spices and oils. Told these other people about Jesus being risen from the dead. So these two friends were walking along and they were talking about what happened and what they saw, about watching Jesus die on the cross and be crucified. And or where his body was. However, when he appeared talking to them, their eyes weren't opened to see that it was Jesus. So he had a meal with them and broke bread with them and shared it with them. And just as fast as he appeared, he disappeared. And they then believed that Jesus was the one who had been sent to save us all. So a question that is at the end of this story is, if you saw Jesus walking down the road, who would you tell? Or maybe your pastor or your friends at church? I'd probably tell everybody that I could think of. And in this day in technology, I probably would try to get a selfie with him. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to get their picture taken with Jesus? I would. And if your parents say it's okay, maybe they can go with you. Maybe you can take a little walk around your neighborhood, or if you're on a farm, maybe around the farm. or around your backyard, wherever you're able to go. And I want you to look and see as many things as you can see that maybe you didn't notice before. Look closely at things. And I want you to see the work that God does right here in our earth, helping the trees bloom. Maybe you'll see little flower buds on lilac trees. Maybe you'll see a squirrel trying to eat something from the ground, or a bird picking up sticks for their nest to make. Maybe you'll see big trees without leaves, maybe some of them starting to have leaves. It might be a little early for that yet. But just see what you can see. And then I want you to thank God for each one of those things, for everything you see. Excuse me. And another fun little game, if you have people in your house you can do this with, you can play with them. This might just be a fun little idea. Tight so you can't see anything. And have somebody come up to you and say something, and you have to guess who is saying it. See if you can guess if it's your mom or your sister or your brother. But maybe they have to whisper it or try to change their voice. So they try to disguise it a little bit and see if you can guess who it is. That just might be kind of fun. Or if you can get online with some of your friends, maybe you the story of Emmaus today, the journey, the walk to Emmaus. And I would like to end in a little prayer before I say goodbye. Can you pray with me? Dear God, thank you for sending your son Jesus to save us all. We ask that you open our eyes to be able to see the things that you have created and the good work that is being done. Help us to be able to spread your love and your message by using our hands and our words to do good in your name. All of our prayers we commend into your hands. Amen. All right, everybody. I miss you guys so much. And I'm so sad that I don't get to see you all. We don't get to have our year-end party. But maybe we'll try to do something this summer where we can do a get-together if things start to kind of go back to a little bit of normal. I hope you're staying well. I hope you're staying healthy. I hope you're staying safe. Remember to wash your hands, and remember to say thanks for everything that you have. I love you all, and I will see you all next week. Bye.